What up? It's your boy, the Incredible Man. Yes, I am back at it again, and this is Black Clover episode 136 discussion slash review, man. And off the bat, it was such a wonderfully well animated episode, for sure. Let's get into it, man.
I don't think I do it good, no, I think I do it great. They would do it if they could, they can't do it so they hate. Everybody wanna look, but nobody wanna play. Stealing eyes.
Okay, man. This episode, I'm gonna be 100%. It started off real rocky for me. It started with all of the typical Black Clover stuff. You know, everybody's training, running around. We see Zora laying traps, and we see Vanessa saying, I'm gonna lose weight, and Gray over here, I can't hide my face, and we see Nero out here serving yummy alcohol, and Henry's having his moments. Everybody's having a wonderful time, and I enjoyed that. I got a lot of realization from this episode as well. I realized that this may be the whole point of the filler arc. I mean, I know it's doing it to slow it down so it won't catch up with the manga, but I thought that we were kind of going to go dive straight into an official training arc, but that may not be the case. And if it's not, it's okay, because at the end of the day, I enjoyed this episode and it was actually really pretty good. But it started off very, very rocky, and I'm starting to realize that now each individual episode may be a portion of training for certain characters, because this episode was definitely heavily angled towards Noelle and Funeral, because they both had wonderful character development this episode and character growth, and definitely more so towards Noelle. But Funeral had his moments as well where he's standing up and saving Noelle, and his whole conversation with Yami at the end, and Yami mentioning the fact that, hey, us coming down here to the underwater city or whatever is the first time that you actually stood up and fought for yourself, knowing that you couldn't compete with all of the others, like bringing out such heavy and strong and powerful attacks, but you done your job and your part. And when they fought Veto, like, Fenrir went in, him and Vanessa helped Asta tremendously, and that's when we saw a different side of Fenrir. And this episode was kind of geared towards that again, because he had to save Noelle and Kohano and Kaito, however you want to say his name. Anyway, but he had to save them again in a particular moment. But it was also geared towards Noelle, and I'm starting to feel like that's how each filler episode is going to be. It's going to be geared towards certain characters and their character development, their growth, and their training of their magical powers as well. But like I was saying, like, the episode it actually ended up being really, really good, and it connected Noelle to her mother, and we have her going in a very emotional state and moment, and we see a different side of Noelle as well. She's not making jokes about being royal. She's not picking on Asta. She's not doing any of that. She's doing what she needs to do as a magic knight, and she even stood up when they needed, like, well, Yami was looking for a reason to send his squad members, and Noelle stood up and was like, we have to help these people. So it was nice to see that part of Noelle. Granted, she thought it was related to the Akuma, but it was nice to see that part of Noelle. And I gotta say, I really loved the character development and growth in both Noelle and Funeral in this episode. It showcased it really, really good, and it didn't go all out of the way. It was very short, simple, and sweet, and it was straight to the point, and we saw the growth in the characters themselves. And yeah, we still had the same jokes with Black Clover and everything. And Asta was like, "Well, I want to go." I'm like, "No." He was like, "Is it because I can't swim?" Well, that's a real big reason for you not going underwater. But we see Noelle kind of conquering the controlling the evil, not the evil, the angry mana, the uncontrolled mana underwater. She kind of tapped into it and kind of readjusted her powers a little bit, and I really liked it. In the sea god kind of probably had a connection to her mother, showed her a picture of her mother and stuff, so it was nice to have that connection with Noelle and her mother. And like I said before, it was nice to have the character, the growth and development for Funeral and Noelle, and I definitely feel like that's how it's going to go. And if that's the direction that they're going to go for each individual episode, I'm okay with that, because I'm really loving it. And I jumped the gun at the very beginning, because I felt like the episode was like what? Because once Kohano and her brother showed up, I was like, okay, well, it's another thing with them, and I'm not really feeling it. But they showed me that like, okay, well, I can really get behind this, man, because the episode kind of was like, okay, it's like, like it's going somewhere. It's like, okay, and then next thing you know, it got very, very good, and it's like, so I really enjoyed it at the end of the episode. Granted, it took me a minute to get there, but I really loved it, and if that's the direction they're going to stick with for all of the rest of the episodes until we catch back up to the manga, well, not catch up, but like get to the arc that's in the manga, I'm okay with it because each character is going to get character development each week, and we're going to see them grow as a character, and it's going to highlight some stuff about that character that we probably haven't really seen or touched on yet, and I'm okay with that, man. But that's the episode, and I really, really enjoyed it, man. This is your boy Nick Incredible. Don't forget to smash the like button until you can't smash it anymore. Comment down below, and I'll be sure to respond to each and every one of them. And subscribe, but only if you really want to, man. And remember that anime matters, anime is greatness, and anime is life, man. Peace out.
It's okay, yeah. I cannot complain because today, yeah, I'm doing my